What was the outcome of raising prices of petroleum? Woohoo. Well, Arab oil exporters were against pro-Israeli superpowers and prices of petroleum rose, leading to world inflation. Okay. Now, we're still maintaining our focus here on the 1970s here, right? And this kind of is one of the effects of the October War in 1973, the Israeli-Arab confrontation war. So we're discussing here effects, right? So let's just generalize it to 1970s here, right? So we have Arab oil exporters were against pro-Israeli superpowers, right? Whoever was pro-Israeli, right? And that means you are for the existence of Israel, right? The United States being, one of them, right? Arab nations would increase prices on their oil, right? And this kind of rose inflation, right? So now, what is inflation, right? That's by inflation happens when you bring up the market on your goods. You bring up the cost of your goods, right? You rose up the prices, right? Eventually, what happens is your top consumer, and we can all agree that the United States is one of the top consumers with high importation rates, right? Basically, everything comes from overseas. Everything, right? So here, inflation, right? If you raise your prices on your top consumer, they stop purchasing from you, right? Eventually, as the years carry on, what's going to happen is you're going to eventually lower your prices because you're stopping the growth of your economy. You just stop doing business with your top consumer, right? Because the prices that you're putting out to the table are too high. They went ahead and they have other exporters that are willing to do business with them at a reasonable price, right? Eventually, you're just hurting your own economy, and then what happens there is that you eventually do have to adjust your prices to something more reasonable, and also, once again, your economy stays at a standstill. The United States does realize that they are the top consumers and that we kind of, make the world go round money wise. All right. So Arab oil exporters were against pro-Israeli superpowers. Prices of petroleum rose, leading to world inflation.